It's a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Wisconsin.
Sunny skies, hot Saturday afternoon in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're diving into the summertime. A lot of good fun out there. The tailgating is strong this afternoon, and it is Star Wars Day here at Miller Park. They're all decorated up, got the outfits, Chewbacca living large, and having lots of fun here at Miller Park today, getting ready for the Brewers and the Mets. Even Scooter Gennett playing Stormtrooper, getting in the mix with Darth Vader. And hi, everybody. We welcome you from Miller Park. Great to have you with us, along with our Chewbacca, Bill Schroeder. I'm Brian Anderson. Sophia Minnaert is our reporter here today. You can hear the crowd behind us. It's a live wire crowd. They're ready for this matchup today. It's game 3 of this series, but it's interesting, Rock, that the Brewers, there are no moral victories in baseball. They've played the Mets very close all year long, and yet they've been unable to win.
Yeah, a lot of very low-scoring games. The Brewers have only been outscored by 8 runs in 5 games, and they're 0-5. And you know, the Mets have scored only 18 runs, the Brewers 10. That gives you a sense that the Brewers pitching has been very good, and the margins are very thin when you consider the New York Mets starting rotation has been outstanding. 3 one-run games, and when you talk about low-scoring games and good pitching, good defense is always a big part of that. We had some really good defense in yesterday's ball game. Kirk Neuenhuis made a couple of great plays out in center field. You saw VR right there turning a double play. Scooter Gennett came up big on a couple of occasions. Kirk Neuenhuis taking away a home run early in the ball game, and Scooter Gennett with the bases loaded and nobody out. At that point, a game-changing catch, and anytime you have the good defense, you're going to have low-scoring games. You have pitchers only getting 27 outs.
Well, we'll see how it goes today for Willie Peralta. This is a key start for him. He struggled this year. More on that story when we continue from Miller Park as we make our way toward first pitch.
Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. In their first 5 games against the Mets, the Brewers are still looking for their first win against the reigning National League champions today. The matchup, Willie Peralta going up against Logan Barrett, who is making a spot start for the Mets. From Miller Park here on Star Wars Day, I'm Sophia Minard. And for Willie Peralta, his last outing against the Phillies was another frustrating example for how the season has gone for him. He went just 4 1/3 inning. He was hit hard, 7 hits allowed, 5 earned runs. So for Willie Peralta, he's looking to get back to the form that he showed in 2014 when he won 17 games. Peralta spoke with me about the adjustments that he needs to make moving forward to get back to the pitcher that he was.
I just had to go out there and trying to be down in the sun. I've been hitting hard the whole years. And because I live in too many pitch up in the sun and middle of the play. Just my plan right now is trying to go out there and execute.
The Brewers dropped last night's game in extra innings. Tonight they look for a better result against the reigning National League champions. It's Star Wars Day here at Miller Park. We've got first pitch coming up next on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Cespedes and the reigning National League champs here at Miller Park once again. Brewers behind Willie Peralta trying to change their luck against the New York Mets. They are 0-5 against them this season. Today's game on Fox Sports Wisconsin is presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. What a great day for baseball. It's warm, no doubt about that. Temperatures are soaring into the 90s today and a lot of humidity, but easy to get loose on a day like this. And we're glad you're with us. And the Brewers and the Mets with Terry Collins, the National League All-Star manager this year at the helm. 6th season as the skipper of the New York Mets. And his batting order today looks like this. It is courtesy of Potawatomi. He's got Granderson leading off. Michael Conforto's back in there. He bats second, plays left field. And then Yoenis Cespedes. Middle of the order is Neil Walker, James Loney, and Asdrubal Cabrera. Wilmer Flores at third. Rene Rivera will do the catching. His first start of the series. Logan Verrett is on the mound, and that's the 9 that will face Willie Peralta, who is in desperate need of a turnaround ASAP.
Yeah, he's well, the Mets are a good team for him to face. He's 3-2 career in 5 starts, a .323 earned run average. He did suffer a loss at Citi Field in New York earlier this year, a 3-2 loss. Pitched into the 6th inning, give up 3 runs. Let's check out the defense behind Willie here this afternoon. Brought to you by Menards. You got Braun, Neuenhuis, and Flores in the outfield. Hill, VR, Jeanette, and Carter from third to first, and Martin Maldonado getting a start behind home plate, catching his old buddy Willie Peralta.
Well, maybe that'll be the turnaround for Willie here today. There you see the 4-man umpiring crew in place. David Rackley, Ramon DeJesus, Alfonso Marquez, and the crew chief Larry Vanover, who is over at third base this afternoon. All the pieces put in place, and we're ready for baseball on Star Wars Day at Miller Park. First pitch is in there for a strike, and away we go. Brewers have played a number of close games with the Mets, as Rock chronicled in our open. There's a line shot, a base hit. Granderson gets it started for New York.
Well, an 0-1 pitch, and Willie even said it. Sophia interviewed him, saying he's getting too much of the plate, leaving pitches up, and he did exactly that right there on that pitch to Granderson, and he hits a bullet into center field.
Mets have brought a big traveling party on the road with them for this series in Milwaukee, and it has created a little buzz in the building between the Brewers fans and the Mets fans here at Miller Park. Michael Conforto taking strike one. Yeah, they're all out there on a huge traveling party to see New York. They're from New York and gathering up in the outfield.
Out in the Lowe's level, every one of them out there.
That's okay. We welcome them all to Miller Park.
Yeah, their money's good.
Enjoy your time. Their money's good. That's right. Michael Conforto back in the starting lineup today. Had the day off yesterday. He did have a pinch hit appearance, but Conforto out of the starting lineup. Their regular left fielder. Just his second year in the big leagues. Mets open the day today 2.5 back. National League East race. They trail the Washington Nationals as they start play today. The Mets have won 3 in a row. They won the finale of their series against the Pirates on Wednesday, and they've won the first 2 games of this series. Extra inning affair last night. Matter of fact, the Mets have played 2 extra inning games in their last 3. 10-inning win in Pittsburgh on Wednesday, and then 11 innings last night. So they have a number of pitchers that are probably not available in the bullpen tonight, including their closer, Jeurys Familia.
And they're 1 man short in their bullpen because one of their relievers is making the start today.
Logan Verrett on the mound for New York. Way inside. Full count. The reason the Mets are in a spot start situation, they were rained out Monday in Pittsburgh, and then that forced them into a doubleheader Tuesday, and then they had an extra inning game on Wednesday, so they got a little buried into their starting rotation. Terry Collins electing to cover that with his bullpen today. So the Brewers get through this series. They missed DeGrom and Syndergaard. There's a call, strike 3. And the first out of the ball game for Peralta is a backwards K.
Yep, and the slider catching the outside corner. That's exactly where Maldonado wanted it too. He was sitting right on the corner, and that's where Willie put it, and he got the call. That slider has been the mystery pitch for Willie the last couple of years. He starts getting more consistent with that pitch. I think we're going to see a lot better starts out of Peralta.
Now the wolf is at the door, so to speak, for Peralta, with Matt Garza coming back from the disabled list. Matt will be in the rotation, and unless the Brewers go to a 6-man rotation, somebody's coming out. To be determined. Cespedes, his first at bat, and a wave and a miss. It's a hot hitter right now. Yoenis Cespedes has 7 hits in his last 15 at bats. He hit a long homer that tied the game last night. That was in the 6th inning. That was his 16th home run of the year, and he and Chris Carter opened play today, tied for 3rd in the National League in home runs.
That's pretty much the way the Mets will score their runs. I mean, they hit a lot of home runs, and this was a Junior Guerra split change that he knocked out of the ballpark, way back out there in left center. That tied the game.
The Brewers have had 3 leads in the 5 games they have lost going into the 6th inning, right? So they've led on 3 occasions. And in all 3 of those games, it has been a 6th inning rally. I guess if you call a solo homer a rally, but that's what tied it last night. The 6th inning has been the problem inning for the Brewers, and they feel like, as they, again, there's no moral victories in Major League Baseball, Rock, but it feels like the Brewers could have certainly won 3 in this series, maybe even 4, and yet they're sitting here looking at 0-5 against the reigning National League champs.
Just not able to get that big hit or make that play, and a bad pitch here and there, and that's what happens when you're playing, you know, the elite teams in the league. I mean, you can't make mistakes. You got to jump on opportunities. They haven't done that. But 1 run in the 6th in yesterday's game was a rally. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot going on for either team offensively. Both teams, whoever lost that game is going to be kicking themselves because both teams had chances late and not able to capitalize.
Yeah, the Mets had stranded a bases loaded, nobody out situation in the 9th inning. The Brewers left 2 on with 1 out, 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, couldn't score. And it ended up being a fielder's choice RBI that produced the game-winning run last night. Runner goes, and throw to second. Late, Granderson is in, and it sounded like Cespedes fouled that ball off. Craig Counsell's popped out of the dugout. He's asking the home plate umpire David Rackley the same question. Sounded like that in our ears as well. You could hear the double tap.
Let's check it out. I mean, if he tips it, it's going to be a strikeout, but I don't think so. I mean, the ball didn't hit the bat. Whatever the sound was that Craig heard, everybody heard it wasn't a bat.
Yeah, clearly a miss. So a stolen base for Granderson. And now Cespedes with a runner in scoring position. Got him. Powered him up with a fastball and a strikeout for Peralta.
Oh, that's a good pitch right there. That's Willie Peralta at his best. That 2-seam fastball going under the hands of a right-handed batter. Look at it, 96 miles an hour, and ends up being out of the strike zone. That big swing by Cespedes. That's the Willie Peralta that the Brewers need to see more of right there. That pitch. He's got it in him, doesn't he? Just needs to be more consistent with it.
His velocity's been there, but as you pointed out during one of his starts recently, that fastball has been more side to side as opposed to top to bottom, what you call in depth. It hasn't had that downward bite to it like that one just did on Cespedes.
Right, getting on the side of it, you're not going to get that downward movement. You're going to get movement going, you know, one side to the other, but when you get on top of it, you get that finger pressure and you get that sink. That's what he needs. Not just for the strikeouts and the swings and misses, but getting ground ball outs.
Neil Walker at the plate and a defensive swing.
There's another one. Good one.
1 ball, 1 strike on the former Pirate switch hitter Neil Walker. He was not in the starting lineup last night. He got drilled in the chest on a ground ball in the opener Thursday. It really shook him up. He had to come out of that game and then did not start last night. He did have a pinch hit appearance and struck out. In the air to center field. Easy enough for Neuenhuis, and that will retire the side. That's a good inning for Peralta. A leadoff single, a couple of Ks. Now the Brewers are coming up. First, Willie Peralta with 2 strikeouts, working around a leadoff single. Craig Counsell, his first full season as the Brewers skipper, and his ball club's played pretty well. They're putting up a pretty good fight each and every night. 5 games under 500 to start play today. Counsell's batting order is brought to you by Potawatomi. VR, Jeanette, and Braun at the top. Carter, Neuenhuis, and Hill make up the middle, with Flores, Maldonado today, and Willie Peralta rounding out the starting 9. That will face Logan Verrett, a spot start in a very talented New York Mets starting rotation.
Yeah, he's making his start because, as you talked about, the Mets have had 6 games now in 5 days, so they have to get somebody to come up and make a start. They pull him out of the bullpen, making his 4th start of the year.
Jonathan VR will lead off for the Brew Crew. First ball swinging, he fouls it away. VR, interesting eye black scenario today for VR. There's a little pink accent in the eye black. I'm assuming that has maybe a Star Wars feel. I don't remember any Star Wars characters that do that, but whatever, go for it. I thought the eye black is black to absorb the glare.
The glare, yeah, I guess the pink maybe neutralizes just for style points, I guess.
Is that a look you might consider at some point here in the booth?
No kidding, let's do it.
The ground ball to Walker.
You know what? I'm up for anything right now.
Okay.
I'm in. You want to wear pink eye black? I'm in.
It would be pink. It'd be pink black then, or eye pink, or pink eye.
Yeah. Well, let's check out the Menards. The Mets defense, one of the better defensive teams in all the National League. I mean, they can pick it pretty well. Conforto, Cespedes, and Granderson. Cespedes with a big arm in the outfield. You can't run on him. Flores, Cabrera, Walker, and Loney on the right side, and Rene Rivera making his first start of the series. And Logan Verrett. Well, his first 2 starts, talking about Verrett, first 2 starts pretty good. Last one got roughed up. Colorado got to him 7 runs in 2 2/3. That was back on May 14th.
Scooter Gennett batting with 1 away here. 4 for 9 this series. Gennett has 6 hits and 13 at bats on the homestand. Had a 4-hit game in the opener Thursday. Finale of the series tomorrow afternoon, and the Mets are going to send Steven Matz to the mound, who beat the Brewers in New York. Brewers will counter with Zach Davies tomorrow. As Gennett rolls over 1 to first, big hop for Loney, nice and easy for him. 2 outs. Hey, a reminder that today's game between the Brewers and the Mets being broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving around the world on land and at ships at sea. We welcome all of you watching us today. A little bit later today at Mitchell, and I certainly encourage all of you in our viewing audience, if you have time in your schedule tonight, that you will come out to Mitchell Airport and greet the honor flight coming home from Washington, D.C. today. All the World War II and Korean War veterans on that trip. They took another flight today, and we'll be there to greet them.
Yeah, what a great program that is. The Stars and Stripes honor flight here in Milwaukee. They deserve it.
If you want to join us there, shoot for about 8 p.m. Central Time at Mitchell. Ryan Braun with 2 away. You like the scoreboard get-ups?
I do. I think it looks good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, put them in Star Wars gear, but you can see their faces.
Braun solo. I like that. That's my favorite one so far.
Got the gun in there. Looks like a M4.
Wow, excellent.
I got a couple of kids in the Army. I mean, I'm familiar with it.
Braun fouls it away.
Of course, that's more of a ray gun or something.
Yeah,
right?
I think, you know, that gun you're describing, the M4, might not have gone far in the Star Wars world.
Tinker toy up there.
I had a lightsaber at home. I forgot it, though. It felt risky to bring it. You know the old saying, don't poke the bear?
Right.
That's kind of what the vision I had in my mind. I didn't want you to break it. It's my kids.
Yeah.
Ball and 2 strikes on Braun.
Although the ciabatta thing, I mean, on the Oakland, yeah, the
Chewbacca.
ciabatta.
I think ciabatta is a food.
Bread. Yeah, it's a bread. But you know, you call me that on the Oakland. I'm more of a Han Solo. You know, guy,
really?
Right? You know.
Not in my opinion.
That's
no,
what Renee. That's what Renee Latzman called me. You know, I had 14 home runs and I think 18 RBIs one year with him in '84. He called me Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Solo homer.
Okay. No, I still got you pegged for a Chewbacca. There's a swing and a miss. And a 1-2-3 inning for Logan Verrett. Now, you could be a stormtrooper, too. I don't know. One of those guys that suffice, especially the one on the left.
Looks hot in there. As the crew wraps up its series with the Mets, we'll get a special barking bobblehead of Hank the Ballpark Pup. That's courtesy of Palermo's Frozen Pizza.
Tomorrow afternoon, the finale of this series. And then the Brewers hit the road. They go to San Francisco, starting a series with the Giants. James Loney leads off for the Mets. Acquired recently from the San Diego Padres. Matter of fact, he was down in AAA with the Padres. He was playing in El Paso when the trade went down. You talk about an upgrade. Padres are struggling at the big league level. Loney couldn't make that team. He was hitting well in AAA in El Paso in the Pacific Coast League. He gets traded. Now he's playing every day for the Mets on a contending team in New York. The kind of upgrade every player hopes for. Lucas Duda is out with an injury. David Wright also missing for the Mets. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks with a herniated disc. Mets do have some good news with their catcher, though. Their talented young catcher Travis d'Arnaud coming back from an elbow injury. He is on the mend. Actually, shoulder injury for him, and he's already started up in a minor league rehab scenario. So Expect him back shortly. A little fly ball into right center. That's going to fall, a base hit. And Loney singles to start the second inning.
Little jam shot that playing a little bit deep, but Loney able to dump it in front of Flores out there into right field. You see a nice level swing on a high fastball, and see the difference when Willie gets that pitch up in the zone. It flattens out quite a bit. When he gets it down around mid thigh, down around the knees, it has good sink.
Back-to-back innings with a leadoff single for the Mets. And now here is Asdrubal Cabrera. We've seen a show defensively from the two shortstops in this series. Cabrera and VR both playing high-level shortstop. Ouch. Dropped him. There's that sinker.
Yeah, right off the leg, you bet. Yeah, but Cabrera all season long has been solid defensively. This is his 61st game. He's only committed 3 errors and pounds that one right off him. That's going to leave a mark.
Ooh, right off the knee.
Yeah, right below the knee, right on that bone in there, and that'll slow you down a bit.
Last year, Cabrera was with the Rays, came up with the Indians, was an all-star with the Indians back-to-back years, and then started to bounce around a little bit. 2 years ago, he played for the Nationals. He was traded from Cleveland to Washington. That one's in the air to left, hit pretty well. Ball's carrying too, and Braun looks up, and that's gone. Home run for Asdrubal Cabrera. And the Mets take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, 6th home run of the year for Cabrera, the 11th that Willie's allowed. And taking that one, a nice easy swing after pounding one off his knee. Nice easy swing and knocks it out of here into left center. And Oppo's shot, another pitch up in the zone. You can see the difference. What a difference it makes, doesn't it? When he gets that pitch down in the zone, he gets movement. When it's up, it stays flat. And the Mets take an early lead.
On an 0-2 pitch, Cabrera sends one out to the opposite field, his 6th home run of the year. And just like that, the Mets are on top. 3 hits already. Wilmer Flores now with nobody out, bases empty. And he jammed him out to VR. Out number 1. Well, Terry Collins has seen his team keep it together. He feels like they've got a lot of upside in them. The great pitching staff the Mets have has been able to keep them right there in striking distance of the division lead. 2.5 back of the Nationals starting play today. But they feel like there's a lot more offense to get. They've made a couple of trades. Went out and got Kelly Johnson earlier this week. The Loney trade was to try to cover themselves at first base until Duda can return. Who knows how long he's going to be out. But Loney's played well for him. On the ground to short, backhanded by VR. And the catcher Rivera is out.
Yeah, but the main guy's out, and David Wright has been in and out of the lineup for the last couple of years, and the inspirational leader of this ball club, the face of the franchise pretty much.
The captain, and he leaves with a career batting average of .296. Wright has been dealing with serious back problems the last couple of years, and you have to think the herniated disc is all part of that system for David Wright. Don't know how much baseball he has left, although we said the same thing last year and he came back and he performed very well down the stretch in a pennant race and into the postseason for the Mets.
This might not be able to get through a full season anymore, not with all the injuries, getting a little bit older, and Short spurts, probably good for Wright.
0-2 to the pitcher, Verrett. And Peralta misses. Tried a little slider on his mound opponent. He's not had a whole lot of experience at the plate. He does have a hit this year. 8 plate appearances this season. And down he goes. So Peralta retires the next 3 after surrendering a 2-run homer to Cabrera on an 0-2 pitch.
Here at Miller Park, the Mets off to a 2-0 lead, and Craig Counsell was asked before the game on the scouting report on Logan Barrett, and he's here on the spot start for the Mets because of a rainout earlier this week in Pittsburgh. And Counsell said that's the role that he's had for this team this season, making a couple starts for them. He said against right-handers he'll go predominantly sinker slider, and against left-handers he will go with all 4 pitches. So he does a nice job mixing everything and feels that he's been around long enough. They have good information on him and hoping for better results than what they were able to do against Matt Harvey last night, and did a nice job limiting the Brewers offense.
All right, Sophia, thanks. And Rock, just following up on that, I would imagine for Craig Counsell and Darnell Coles, the hitting coach, you have to be very leery of feeling like you've gotten a break today, because you don't run into DeGrom and you don't run into Noah Syndergaard, and the Mets very talented star level starting rotation. You get a guy coming out of the bullpen, but right. Sometimes you can't overlook guys like this. He's hungry for a chance as well, and I'm sure he's relishing this opportunity to start in the big leagues.
Yeah, with the way the Brewers offense has been, I mean, you know, they have been able to get on base. I mean, no doubt about that, but driving in runs has been a bit of a problem for him as of late, and I really don't think any one of these guys taking Verrett, you know, lightly. You can't do that. You're trying to put good swings together, get a good approach up there at the plate, get your job done, whatever that may be, and doesn't matter who's out there.
Now for Verrett, this is his 8th career start in the major leagues, his 4th this year. Very tough Mets pitching staff, and they have held the Brewers in check, and they do this to a lot of teams, but in this season series where the Mets have won all 5 games, just a 196 team batting average for the Brewers against Mets pitching. That is way up there. Carter sending it a mile high, deep into left, and she's gone. A home run for Carter. A moonshot in the broad daylight. Bernie hits the slide, and the Brewers are on the board.
Yeah, up into the Mets fans out there and left. Well, you knew it had a chance when you saw Cabrera's go out of the ballpark. Ball's going to be flying today. It was yesterday for that matter. He barrels it up. He got under it. But it just doesn't come down until it's out there into the Lowe's level. A high, majestic home run for Chris Carter, number 17.
Now it's Neuenhuis. That home run for Carter breaks him out of that grouping, tied for third in the league with 16. That includes Yoenis Cespedes. And Carter now within one of the National League lead for home runs.
And just a nice easy swing, and that ball just doesn't come down until it ends up out there in the orange. Powerball home run count for Big Chris, 17 on the year.
I beg your pardon, he's 2 off the National League lead. Nolan Arenado has 19 now. So Carter tied with the Reds' Adam Duvall for second in the NL. Kurt Neuenhuis, 3 hits in this series. That includes his first triple of the year. And he made a great catch yesterday as well. That was one of the big defensive plays. Oh, it's Chewinhuis. See, that's why I called you Chewbacca, Rock. You see the resemblance?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Neuenhuis down the left field line. That's fair. And it'll hit the sidewall. Neuenhuis on his way to second with a double. Back-to-back hits to start the second inning, and the Brewers in business in the second.
Well, that's a nice approach right there for Neuenhuis. Just kind of lays the bat out there and dumps one down the left field line on a changeup. And just a nice short stroke, just trying to put the ball in play. On a 2-2 count, and ends up with a double down the line and left. That's an old Rod Carew swing right there.
That's when you start breaking out terms like batsman.
Right.
When you swing the bat like that.
Splitting the hands apart and just kind of poking it somewhere, but it worked with 2 strikes.
Runner at second, nobody out. Here's Aaron Hill now facing Logan Verrett. And now Neuenhuis takes off. Throw to third is high. And Neuenhuis safe at third. Stolen base for Kirk Neuenhuis.
Yeah, didn't move his feet. Rene Rivera just kind of flat-footed and almost threw it into left field. A walking start for Neuenhuis, and steals it easily. Took out Flores trying to deke him. And Wilmer Flores covering the bag. Now watch him on the bad throw. He's going to spin around and act as though the ball is in the outfield, but Neuenhuis didn't bite.
Neuenhuis is 5 for 5 in stolen bases this year. He's at third with nobody out. Chance to tie this game quickly. Mets play their infield back. They'll concede the run for an out. 2-0 to Aaron Hill. 3 balls, no strikes. Aaron comes into play today with a batting average of .264. On base percentage hovering around .350 right now. And he spins one in on a 3-0 pitch for strike one.
3-0 slider. And he was figuring that Aaron Hill was going to be swinging there.
Low and away, ball 4. So Hill draws the walk. First and third with nobody out after the Carter home run. Here's Ramon Flores. Brewers placed Domingo Santana on the disabled list yesterday. Second time he's been on the DL. First time around it was the shoulder. This time around the elbow. So Flores figures to get a lot of playing time. Crew did bring up Keon Broxton, who played last night. He pinch ran. Had an at bat. He stole a base. Flores has started to swing the bat much better. Had a very slow start offensively. Overall, his batting average is .222. but he hit just 145 in the first 24 games of the season.
Yeah, and that was pretty well spread out too. I mean, he's getting a little bit more consistent playing time, and because of that, a little more comfortable up the plate.
His last 30 games, he's hitting .282
and using left field pretty well.
First and third, nobody out. Another one in the dirt. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, you get that consistent playing time. You know, you get the 4 at bats a night, and you start waiting back a little bit and not jumping at the baseball. It's easy to do when you're not playing every day, and because he's more relaxed, he is using left field much more effectively.
Flores drove in the lone run for the Brewers last night on a sacrifice fly. And he takes the ball. 3-0.
This might be one of those games for Terry Collins where Rhett's going to be out there a while regardless, as long as he can. Of course, he's coming out of the bullpen. His last appearance against the Pirates was a 2-inning stint in relief.
He's bounced around quite a bit. Verrett played his college ball at Baylor. He's from Texas, from the Houston area. Went to high school in Corpus Christi. Now there is a AA team in the Texas League. There's a strike, and it's been an interesting ride because he was left available by the Mets, and then I believe it was the Orioles that drafted him in the Rule 5 draft. They ended up taking him off the roster. The Rangers picked him up on waivers. The Rangers then had to return him to the Mets after they didn't want him on their big league roster. Got a chance to be a double play. It is. A run scores to tie the game, but Flores bounces into a 4-6-3 double play. Neuenhuis is in, and we're all leaving at 2.
Now the Mets will certainly take that trade right there. 2 outs for a run on the board, and on a 3-1 pitch, looked like Flores got jammed a little bit. But Neuenhuis able to score the tying run, and you can see Lonely has that glove in his baseball in his glove before Flores hits the bag.
Here's Maldonado with the bases empty. 2 runs in for the Brew Crew. Carter homered to start it. Neuenhuis scores on the double play. Martin did play last night. He got a pinch hit appearance, had a sacrifice bunt. Ended up catching the last few innings of the 11-inning game last night. His starts have been few and far between, though. Lucroy's really been a durable catcher for the Brewers. For Maldonado, this is his 12th start of the season. Interestingly enough, the Brewers are 7-4 when he's behind the plate.
Yeah, they've done well. It's been tough on Maldonado offensively, though, with such sporadic playing time. It's awfully difficult, you know, to keep that stroke. He had a great spring training, but he hasn't really played that much since. It really is amazing that he's been able to stay sharp behind the plate as much as he has.
Eighth place hitter for the Brewers, Martin Maldonado, with 2 outs, nobody on. Maldonado would love to get Peralta at bat this inning, try to clear the pitcher spot. Full count, and he lost him.
And did just that. He cleared the pitcher spot. Peralta going to get an at bat. Hey, Zubapalooza is back, and better than ever on Friday, June 24th. Not only will fans who purchase this special ticket package get their choice of either Zubas print shorts or leggings, they'll also get a free Bernie Chalet T-shirt. For tickets, go to Brewers.com/theme nights. Zubas Palooza. You know who wears them in early BP?
Who's that?
Chris Carter.
That's his power Zubas.
Right.
Got a quick trip to the mound here by Dan Warthen, the pitching coach of the Mets. I think Carter could pretty much wear anything and make it look fashionable. So he sports the Zubas.
Yeah, for some they would be long pants.
Yes, for some they would.
Yes, they would.
Stepping back in your era when we go Zubas, I think.
Oh yeah, big.
We should wear those on the air, Rob.
The matching T-shirt with them. Yeah.
No sleeves. Guns out.
Although every now and then I break them out, you know, right after Thanksgiving dinner. And they're very comfortable to, you know, slap those babies on, kind of lay around, watch football.
Willie Peralta, the Brewers pitcher, has a hit this year. Willie drove in a couple of runs with that base hit. Not known for his hitting prowess, although his pitcher's round of batting practice is stellar usually. Hasn't been able to take that to the game yet.
It's a mighty hack, though.
Looks good.
Hope he didn't hurt himself there.
He's taking a little extra time,
Yeah,
isn't
walking
he?
around, grimacing a little bit. Never a good sign.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Peralta giving up a 2-run homer to Asdrubal Cabrera in the top of this inning, but the Brewers get him right back. Count stays at 1-2. Peralta now 27 years of age. He was the Brewers opening day starter. Today is his 13th start. A lot on the line for him today with Matt Garza's return imminent. Maldonado at first, 2 outs. And it's 2-2 now.
A lot of pitches for Verrett, and they need a little bit of length out of him today. 44 in the second inning.
Came from the Rangers to the Mets last year. He did appear in the big leagues early for the Rangers last season. There's a high drive into left center. Playable. Conforto with the glasses on will make the call and the catch. And that will retire the side. Chris Carter strikes again. He is having a great year at Miller Park. 17 homers now for Carter, second in the National League. 2-2 ball game. Brewers answered with 2 in the bottom of the second. Carsoup.com trivia today, Rock. Which former NL Rookie of the Year was selected on day 3 in the 62nd round of the 1988 MLB draft? Good question. I think he might be headed for the Hall of Fame as well. That's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, former Met.
Good question. And the draft continues today, the last day of the MLB amateur draft.
How many 62nd round? I know there's not 62 rounds anymore, but how many over the course of draft history has a guy in the 62nd round actually made it to the big leagues, let alone be a Hall of Famer?
Right. No, it's a great question. That's one of the reasons, you know, in my family, my brother Mike, he's certainly not going to the Hall of Fame, but he did make it to the major leagues. He was not drafted.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't even, and that's back when they had 60 rounds.
Right.
That's why I'll always be impressed by that feat. And to go through that, signing out of a tryout camp, as a matter of fact. So point being, there are lots of ways to the major leagues. So we spent a lot of time and a lot of focus on the first day of the draft and certainly the first rounders. But you look all over Major League Diamonds everywhere. These players come from all levels. Some are not drafted. Some are late rounders, high rounders. It's a beautiful game that way.
Yeah, and that's where those scouts really come in handy. I mean, that's where they really earn their money, those late rounds. And again, remember that that swing that Willie took. It looked like he might have done something, and you know, Willie kind of making some gestures, and maybe I think it was Maldonado that pointed it out. And Willie's saying he's all right. Dan Wright, the head athletic trainer, and Craig Counsell, he's all right.
Last year, Peralta had an oblique injury, put him on the DL for the first time in his career. So he got the strike. I don't think it wasn't so much what Willie Peralta did on the mound as it was Maldonado running out there right away.
Yeah, he knows him pretty well. They've been together a long time. Knows his body language.
Now Granderson turns on one down the right field line. Flores is back. It's off the top of the wall. And Granderson racing around the bags all the way to third with a triple. Boy, that missed a home run by inches. Granderson is 2 for 2 today. His 4th triple of the season.
You can see that that pitch had missed by a lot. You can see where Peralta was setting up away, and that ended up middle in and hit that one a ton. He ripped it off the wall.
Throw comes all the way into third.
I'm not sure what Terry Collins is asking the crew chief.
Oh man, they're going to go for a review on this one.
Maybe thinking that that ball might have left the ballpark. I'm not sure.
So yellow line has to clear the wall. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. This would fall under the boundary rule, I suppose.
This is a crew chief review.
But the umpires can say no. It's, I mean,
I don't know. Where did it end up? I lost it when it got to around the yellow stripe. Here you go. Oh yeah, it was right at the bottom of the line. I'm not sure what Terry Collins was thinking there, but clearly not a home run.
There's no need for a review there. It's unnecessary. The ground rules are really simple here at Miller Park. Really simple. But that review was brought to you by Rock's book, If These Walls Could Talk.
How about fantasy camp?
Okay. Well, we got plenty of them, so we'll have a rotation.
Didn't take long, did it?
Michael Conforto. Little cue shot, caught, tag, out at third, a double play.
And that's going to get looked at again. Tim Tuffer, the third base coach, right away thinking, turned around to Terry Collins, and what will we do with that review?
Conforto's going to be out for sure. Whether it's a double play or not, we might have a look. Bang, bang at third base. Larry Vanover standing right on top of it.
Yeah, he's right on top of it, is right. And I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll take a look at it in New York, and we will get an answer at some point. Look at the third base umpire. He's right on top of it. Of course, Larry Vanover was the home plate umpire last night that called Aaron Hill safe at home plate. That got overturned.
And just a reminder that the one on the Granderson fly ball off the wall, that was not a challenge for Terry Collins. That was a crew chief review on the boundary call. Normally we'd offer our opinions on what they're going to call here, but after last night, no opinions. Larry Vanover got it wrong.
Yeah, we're not going to speculate any longer.
So it's
just make ourselves look bad.
It's overturned. Granderson stays.
Those that are much more smart and wiser than us will make these decisions.
So 1 out on the soft line drive out to third, and Granderson is back. Larry Vanover's had a few of them overturned.
Yeah.
1 minute 3 seconds. All right, so runner at third, 1 out now. Here's Cespedes. He's easy to spot. A lot of fluorescent for Cespedes. Got that arm sleeve, and the bright orange. Became one of his signatures last year. Started to see those around Citi Field, the home of the Mets. Fans were wearing them.
And not exactly in accordance with the team colors, is it?
And they had the canary last year, part of their run to the postseason. Willie looks like he's working around Cespedes, and you can't blame him. He's the one big bat in this Mets lineup that's been doing damage consistently up there among league leaders.
And with 1 out, maybe put him on, maybe get a double play ball, get out of the inning.
Neil Walker due next. Granderson at third, the 3-0. Way outside, ball 4. Cespedes is on. So runners at the corners with 1 out. Hey, Brewers fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with the all-new Fox Sports Go app. Download the app, take Fox Sports Wisconsin and Brewers baseball with you wherever you go. Now, Peralta has had base runners in every inning to deal with. Stranded a runner at second in the first, gave up 2 runs in the second. And now first and third with 1 out here in the third for Walker.
This is where Willie Peralta needs to get on top of that sinker, get his ground ball. You want to get the fingers on the side and just get some tail to it. You want the sink to get the grounder. And this inning with a double play.
Walker, the switch hitter. And a check on Cespedes.
Mets don't run much. They hit a lot of homers. They're third in the league in homers. 82 of them, but they don't run at all.
Mets are among league leaders in home runs. Got a lot of power up and down their lineup, including Neil Walker, who's hit 13 this year.
Yeah, they've only stolen 13 stolen bases, and that includes the Granderson steal of second today.
That was Granderson's first this year. Their leadoff hitter. Had a triple to start this third inning. 2-0 on Walker in the final year of his contract. Be a free agent at season's end, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of teams lining up for his services next year. Ground ball up the middle. VR patiently steps on the bag, turns two. That's just what he needed. A 6-3 double play, and Peralta is out of the inning. Mets come up empty in the third despite a leadoff triple. Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Hupy and Abraham. 1-800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business. Roof is open. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. A warm Saturday afternoon in Milwaukee. 2-2 game. We head to the bottom of the third now with Jonathan VR leading off for the Brewers. Logan Verrett will start his third inning. A spot starter for the Mets. Losing a game to a doubleheader. Got their rotation a little bit messed up as they move forward to this series. VR's second plate appearance. He grounded out first time up. Good job by Willie Peralta. Getting out of a first and third 1-out jam. He got Walker to bounce into a 6-3 double play. VR very calmly waiting at the bag.
It's nice when a good plan comes together like that, right? You pitch around Cespedes and you get the double play. Actually, and getting it on a 2-0 count. I mean, that's even better.
Well, you think about how the inning started with Peralta making a pitch to Granderson and then drawing a visit from his manager, the athletic trainer, the catcher, all thinking maybe something was wrong with Peralta. But he sticks it out and gets through the inning. VR hits it sharply, but right at Cabrera. One shortstop to the other for out number one. And now Scooter Gennett. Star Wars Day here at Miller Park. And the finale of the series tomorrow, the Hank bobblehead. They gave away Gorman Thomas bobbleheads today, but they're not the regular Gorman Thomas in a Brewers uniform.
Stormtrooper. I saw Gorman pulling in today. I haven't seen him at the ballpark.
Boba Gennett. Stormin Gorman Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Fits with the nickname. Star Wars sounding names around Major League Baseball. Xander, you good with that? I'll go with Cespedes.
You putting your seal of approval?
That's the
on
only one I'm going with right now.
Okay. I agree with everything today.
Just today only.
Just today.
Tomorrow will be a game time decision whether you agree or not.
Right.
Scooter Jeanette. One and two, the count on him. Right off the end of the bat, right to Walker, and it's 6-3. No problem for him to make that play.
Even though he's got some sore ribs, that line drive, that one hopper off the chest a couple of nights ago, he's not moving around like he normally would, but you know, able to reach up and snare that liner.
So 2 up, 2 down. VR and Jeanette combined 0 for 4 to start against Verrett, and here is Ryan Braun. Braun's in a slump. He's 1 for his last 18. Batting average has dropped significantly from 337 down to 311. He's still in the top 10 in the league at hitting coming in, but he was second when this homestand began. Greg Counsell called it peaks and valleys of a season.
Right, yeah.
Braun's a good hitter, and the fact that he's in a slump means he's that much closer to.
Been hitting a lot of ground balls, some choppers in the infield. You don't see that when Braun going well.
That one's in the air to center field, hit well. Back is Cespedes, looking up. Goodbye. Ryan Braun with a home run. 3-2 Milwaukee as Braun melts his 10th.
So much for that, right? Not often you talk about Ryan Braun in the 1 for 18 and taking that one right into dead center off the batter's eye up there. That fastball out over the plate. I mean, that is just room service for Ryan Braun. He likes it right there, out away from him and way back in center. Yeah, that gives the Brewers a 1-run lead.
First home run for Ryan Braun since May 26th. Homered in Atlanta. Here we are on June 11th, and he is in double digits now. On an 0-1 pitch, Braun bangs it off the batter's eye.
Yeah, right through him a slider. He waved at it and then came with a fastball exactly where Braun likes it.
Carter homered his first time up, put the Brewers on the board. Yeah, Ryan Braun, as Counsell said, and as we've all seen through the years, when he goes through a little bit of a slump, that means he's that much closer to a hot streak. He doesn't stay down long. Just a tremendous hitter. He's having a great season. 10 homers, 34 runs batted in now. First release of the All-Star voting, Braun was 5th among National League outfielders. Was an All-Star last year. 6 times an All-Star in his career.
And you give him a pitch like that out away from him, you know, low 90s, he is going to hit it hard somewhere and right back in the center. Didn't try and pull it and knocked it out of here.
3-1 to Carter. Outside, ball 4. Another walk issued by Verrett. That's his 3rd. And after a 2-out homer, now a 2-out walk, and here comes Neuenhuis.
Yeah, Viet looked like he was going to have a pretty easy inning. That one mistake, then the walk, and coming out of the bullpen, he's already sitting at 60 pitches. Now you wonder how long he has today.
Verrett's longest outing of the year. A couple of 6-inning outings early, one against Miami, the other against the Phillies, but that was way back in mid-April.
Yeah, that's right out of spring training. Basically had 1 relief appearance and 2 starts.
Went 3 2/3 against the Dodgers on the 28th of May. last year he had an 8-inning game for the Mets. He pitched very well against the Colorado Rockies. So hard to know if he stretched out and what that exactly means for length in this kind of game with a lot of high stress pitches early. He's got 62 pitches already. We only play in the 3rd inning. Because of the pitching situation for the Mets, you could tell that last night's win was a significant one for them. There's a called strike 3. And Neuenhuis is gone. The inning is over. But the Brewers strike. They get a 2-out home run from Ryan Braun. Number 8 hits number 10. And it's 3-2 Milwaukee.
Our greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. The draft has been a heavy in the conversation this weekend. The top pick in 2009's draft was Steven Strasburg. He picked up his 13th straight win last night, 10-0 on the season. The earned run average just over 3 for him. And Clayton Kershaw continues to be his dominant self, where he got 13 strikeouts last night against San Francisco. We told you yesterday his numbers in San Francisco, just a 1.3 ERA, and the Brewers loaded up on arms. Day 2 yesterday, they collected 5 college pitchers, and Adam McKelvey had a great note. Of their first 36 picks, 20 of them have been pitchers, just 3 of them out of the high school level. So David Stearns and company loading up on collegiate arms.
And we tip our hat to Ray Montgomery, the amateur scouting director. He's been doing the heavy lifting, and all of his scouts. Give those guys a lot of credit. The amateur scouting world can be a difficult trail, and this is their moment, these 3 days building up to the draft, and they will probably take a couple of days off after it's all said and done and try to get all these players signed. That's the next phase. Once you draft them, you have to sign them, get them into your system, and then they'll be back at it getting ready for the 2017 draft.
Yeah, the whole baseball ops group. I mean, they put in some long hours. It wasn't just the last few days. It's been a couple of weeks now. And
ground ball by Loney right to VR on the shift. And there is out number 1 for Peralta.
Yeah, we had David Stearns, the Brewers general manager, up here last night, and he looked like these guys have been burning the midnight oil quite a long time, and maybe an opportunity maybe to relax maybe a day or two and get right back at it. Never ends scouting.
The champions of baseball, and filtering in all these players and all these tough decisions you have to make on guys, and whether they're signable or not, especially the higher round draft picks. So great job, Ray Montgomery. He's hoping to make his impact a significant role with the organization, the amateur scouting director role. Jack Zarenzik filled that role for many years for the Brewers, and he parlayed that into a general manager's job with the Mariners, and he was responsible for drafting players like Braun and Ricky Weeks, Prince Fielder, Corey Hart. Brewers had a great run of position players in the Jack Zarenzik days. And then the late Bruce Side, who was a scout under Zarincic, has a liner by Cabrera. Right to Carter for out number 2. Ray Montgomery took over for Bruce Side.
Yeah, they all put in a lot of hours. I mean, their heart and soul into the kids that they draft, and they pull for them. And once they get into the fold, then it's up to the farm director, Tom Flanagan, get them going and start developing, you know, the players that they pick, pitchers, infielders, outfielders, everybody, and figure out the best path to the big leagues.
Line shot right at Aaron Hill. And the inning is over. 3 hard hit balls. 3 up, 3 down for Peralta. Trooper, Darth Vader, she's in the wrong company there. You're my favorite, Princess Leia. Star Wars Day at Miller Park. Carsoup.com trivia. Which former NL Rookie of the Year selected on day 3, 62nd round of the '88 MLB draft? That would be Mike Piazza by the Dodgers. There were 1,389 picks ahead of Mike Piazza. And it was actually a draft pick as a favor to Tommy Lasorda. Piazza is his godson.
Right.
And I remember Piazza well coming up through the Dodgers minor league system. Saw him play at the AA level and had some great years with the New York Mets as well. He finished his career with Oakland, 12 times an All-Star.
Amazing hitter. And Dodgers, Marlins, Mets.
Kelly Johnson will take over at second. Neil Walker is out, so no report from the Mets clubhouse, but guessing that Walker's having a tough time after taking that ground ball to the chest. This was the play on Thursday, and he just hasn't been the same since. It was off the bat at 107 miles an hour, and it kind of came up on Walker and hit him right square in the chest.
Yeah, right on the sternum, maybe in the ribs, and he has had a difficult time. You could tell, you know, fielding his position, even swinging the bat, he wasn't feeling all that great. But he tried.
So it's a bat that is out. I always wonder what managers, you know, I'm sure they appreciate the fact that a player tries to play through an injury like that, but it does hurt your bench now. There's a called strike 3. Verrett rings the bell on Aaron Hill, who's barking on his way out. Does not like that call from David Rackley.
And you never see Aaron Hill do that. It's that 2-seam fastball away, and yeah, looked pretty good there. I'm not sure what Fox Tracks had it. And Pretty marginal. It could have been called. I guess tough to complain about that.
One away. Here is Ramon Flores. Brewers lead by a run on a Ryan Braun solo homer in the third. Did it with 2 outs. Carter's homer today as well. Mets scored twice in the second. One swing of the bat by Asdrubal Cabrera. And then the Brewers quickly tied it in the bottom of the second. Flores was involved, the Brewer hitter. Grounded into a double play, but it did play to run. Got him. Big swing there from, beg your pardon, 2-2 to count.
Yeah, good slider right under the bat.
See if he goes back to it. And down he goes. So another backwards K. Surprised him with a fastball. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Verrett. They're all looking.
Yeah, same pitch to Aaron Hill, but on the other side of the plate, right at the knees on the corner. Hey, the country music event of the summer is coming to Miller Park a week from today as Kenny Chesney brings his Spread the Love tour to Milwaukee with special guests Miranda Lambert, Little Big Town, and Old Dominion. Great seats are still available at brewers.com/Chesney.
That'll be a great show. Brewers will be on the road. His West Coast road trip coming up. San Francisco, LA, and Oakland. We'll count on all of you to tell us how it went. Expected a packed house here at Miller Park for that concert.
That was a few years ago he was here. Good crowds. Heck of a list of entertainers coming.
Martin Maldonado up there with 2 away. Verrett now with 4 strikeouts, and he has struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. 3-0 now. The Brewers will have a 3-game series in San Francisco.
You see here they're getting second and third game. Bumgarner Cueto.
Maldonado draws the walk. And again, he clears the pitcher's spot. Now, the Giants have not announced a starter for Monday yet, but Bumgarner goes Tuesday against Jimmy Nelson, and then Junior Guerra gets Johnny Cueto. That is an afternoon game Wednesday. And then the Brewers will start a 4-game series with the Dodgers. And pretty good bet Kershaw is going to fall in there somewhere. By the way, Mike Vasallo just informed us that Matt Cain has been announced as the Monday starter for the Giants. So Cain, Bumgarner, and Cueto. 4 games then with Los Angeles, and then back to the Bay Area for 2 against the A's before returning to Miller Park. Got the Nationals when the Brewers get back to Miller Park. Tough part of the schedule all the way to the All-Star break.
Right.
For the Brewers from here on out.
Yeah, really no soft spots in that stretch.
Mets, Giants, Dodgers, Nationals,
Cardinals.
Dodgers at home.
Cardinals
and Nationals on the road. Willie Peralta. Did he get it? Way back. It's gone. A home run for Peralta. His first. Long time coming. Willie Peralta takes the 4 o'clock BP to game time.
Wow.
Launching one out of here.
Wow, what a blast that was. Boy, oh boy. Whew. Man.
2-run shot with 2 outs in the 4th.
Middle in, and he knew it as soon as he hit it. He hit it last time up. He hit it pretty well, but not like that. Second deck over Club Goodwill. And Willie Peralta now with a 3-run lead.
Now for a guy who's just hit his first homer in the big leagues, he stood there and watched it. He knew it was gone.
Even pitchers, when they get a hold of them, they know they're gone. And that was a blast. My goodness. No cheapie there.
Well, for the last 3 years, we've sat up here and touted Peralta's power stroke, which we see in batting practice every day.
And Willie now with 5 RBIs. And Willie's 2-run homer, the Badger Mutual Insurance runs of the game. A monumental blast by Peralta. A little bat flip to go with it.
Oh my gosh.
And look into the dugout.
All kind of style. Making his first one count. We knew it had it in him. He had it in him, but wasn't sure it was going to come out. Now he's liable to get on a home run binge. His confidence is high.
Hey, his first at bat, he hit the ball pretty well. A little bit on the end. Centered up on one on Verrett that time. We're doing some trash talking after that. Pitcher's BP.
5 runs batted in this year for Peralta. He had just 4 in his 4 previous seasons combined leading up to this season. .167 career at bats before his first major league home run.
Yeah, 5 runs for the Brewers in the first 4 innings, the most they've scored against the Mets all year. They lost the game at Citi Field 5-4. Breaking out a little bit here today.
Two and 2 to VR. 2 outs in the inning. Remember, Verrett started the inning with back-to-back Ks. 2 strikeouts. He's got Maldonado, who's hitting around 100 at the plate, thinking this is an easy way out of this frame, but instead a walk to Maldonado and then a 2-run homer by Peralta. First Brewer pitcher to homer since Giovanni Gallardo back in April of 2013 against the Pirates. As a strike 3 called and VR is out. Side retired, 3 Ks for Verrett, but the story is Willie Peralta. His first career homer. 2-run shot with 2 outs, and the Brewers lead 5-2. runs today for Milwaukee. A reminder that tomorrow NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing heads to Michigan. Kurt Busch looking to defend his title from last year. It's only on FS1. You can watch it all live on Fox Sports Go. Peralta ready to go after that 2-run homer. Facing Rene Rivera to start the inning. 5-2 Brewers, 5th inning from Miller Park. Ground ball back to Jeanette up the middle and out number 1. A lot of those tonight today for the Mets. Peralta getting his ground balls. He made one mistake in the second. That was an 0-2 pitch to Cabrera, fastball that hung upstairs and Cabrera knocked it out. Other than that, he's been terrific. Logan Verrett will bat, the Mets pitcher. Broken bat right to Peralta. 2 outs. Willie coming off a 3-up, 3-down 4th. He's given up 1 walk today. Granderson has 2 hits for the Mets, taking his time, letting his pitcher have a little bit of time to get back and get cooled off. A veteran move by the leadoff hitter Granderson.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mets have 4 hits. Granderson with a single and a triple.
Maldonado doesn't even move. Granderson's looking at, you're sitting up outside, huh? Okay.
That's a good point. Right back out there. They're almost daring him to swing.
I mean, Granderson steps out, time's caught, and Maldonado never moved. His target's sitting right on the outside corner.
I wants one upstairs on Granderson.
I guess if you're the hitter, you see that and you figure that they're not going to do that again.
Or almost daring him to swing first pitch after 2 quick outs.
Yeah, that's right.
Granderson's almost forced to take a pitch. 2-1 now to Curtis. Granderson's been a tough out in this series. And he hits that one hard. Deep right field, way back, and it's gone. A homer. Granderson with his 12th home run, his 2nd of the series. His 3rd hit today. He's a double away from the cycle today. And he makes it 5-3. Brewers lead is down to 2.
Boy, he turned that around quickly. That fastball is a 2-1 count. And check this out. You talk about buggy whipping a fastball out away from him. Maldonado wanted it on the corner. He left it over the middle of the plate, and Curtis Granderson lines it out of here. Hits it hard. Boy, he's red hot right now. Boy.
Now Conforto takes a strike. Home runs aplenty so far today. Mets have hit 2. The Brewers have 3. Eight runs on the board combined. 7 of them have been accounted for via the long ball. That sounded like it hit his bat. It did. Good call. That's a strikeout. So Willie Peralta with a strikeout to end the inning, but Granderson homers, and it's 5-3 Brewers.
We head to the 5th. Scooter Gennett leading off this inning. He went hitless last night, but over his last 7 games, he has hit .367 with 6 RBIs. And I talked to Scooter about his approach, and he said mentally he's just trying to do his best, he said, and not worry about the results, whether it's a hit or that production. He said, I'm just focusing on having a good at-bat for the team. That can mean drawing a walk. He's drawn 15 of those already this season compared to just 12 a year ago. He said it's just about getting it to the next guy, letting them do their job as well. He also feels he's finally 100% healthy, coming back from that oblique injury. He said now that he's at a consistent place with his approach, he said those that do it at the highest level, they're able to maintain it, so that's what he's trying to do now.
Yeah, Scooter is still trying to find his way. I mean, he is a familiar name for Brewers fans. But, you know, he hasn't been an everyday player for the Brewers. He's been a platoon player. He still operates in a little bit of a platoon. Does not start against left-handers, even though Counsell at the beginning of the season wanted to give him a chance to do that. And you might remember he did start opening day against Madison Bumgarner, the left-hander for the Giants, and homered in that opening day matchup with Bumgarner. Mets have a new pitcher on the mound, Hansel Robles, and Gennett pops this one up out to Cespedes for out number 1.
Yeah, we saw Robles in last night's ball game, and he can bring it. I mean, upper 90s with a fastball, good breaking pitch. A scoreless inning. So it's going to be a lot of relievers coming out of that Mets bullpen. Barrett only able to get through 4 innings.
At the plate for Ryan Braun, presented by Wendy's. Home run put the Brewers ahead in the 3rd. Broke a 2-2 tie. Ryan's 10th homer of the season. Now 34 runs batted in. Final line on Mets starter Logan Verrett. 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs all earned. He walked 4, he struck out 5, including striking out his last 4 outs. There's a shot, but right at Walker, or rather Kelly Johnson at second base for out number 2. By the way, Neil Walker, it has been announced, is out with lower back tightness.
Something different. Could the 2 be connected?
The chest and the back? I think so. I think they're all connected. That's what my PT says.
You have one?
Oh, yeah.
You go to one regularly?
Not regularly. Only when it gets really cold out. You know, all that snow that I shovel, you got to go get a tweak every now and then.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Chris Carter breaks his bat, fouls it off. Cool and calm is Chris Carter, nicknamed Sleepy. Pretty much the same expression every day.
Yeah, you never know if he's 2 for 2 or 0 for 2. It's kind of the way you want to be, really.
Right. Great temperament.
Yeah.
He's having a fantastic start to the season in the power category.
Took a little off that pitch.
Carter is in the top 10 of the National League currently in homers, RBIs, and extra base hits. 17 homers, 40 RBIs. Ooh, close one. He certainly would like to get his on base percentage up. He'd like to hit for a higher average. The batting average balls in play is a key number for him. Darnell Coles, the hitting coach, has been working with Carter to try to cut down on his Ks. He's got so much power. He doesn't need a big swing. You know, a lot of guys who strike out a lot and hit a lot of homers, they take big swings. That's not really Carter's style. He's got a really short, compact swing, and he can hit it out of any ballpark.
Yeah, very rarely off balance when he finishes his swing. That's the thing. Really good opposite field power.
On the ground, the shift is on. A dive. Cabrera to his feet. Throw to first. Not in time. Carter beats it out. Infield hit for Chris Carter.
Well, close play. I'm sure the Mets are going to take a look at it. And had it been an out, Craig Counsell would have taken a look at it. That's safe. Not even close. That was a good effort by Cabrera, just not able to get it in time. A good arm. He got up quickly, but Carter sniffing a base hit, able to beat it.
That's another 2-out hit. Extends the inning now for Nieuwenhuis, or as he is known today on Star Wars Day as Chewinhuis. A lot of detail work went into that image. He's got the smile.
Looking good.
I mean, you could tell that's him behind all that.
Can you?
I can. You see it in the eyes. It's all in the eyes, Rock. You can't just put some random guy up there.
I've never actually looked into his eyes.
You're looking at it right now.
There you go. Okay.
And down he goes on strikes to end the inning. Brewers Mets. Brewers trying to win for the first time this year against the reigning National League champs. Series, and it's brought to you by North Dakota Tourism. Start your journey at NorthDakotaLegendary.com. Miller Park on a Saturday afternoon. Summer is here. School is out as of yesterday for a good number of schools across the state of Wisconsin. 5-3 Brewers lead at 3 homers today, including one from Willie Peralta, who is now out of the game. 5 innings, 3 earned runs allowed. He'll give way to his bullpen, and Rock, it'll be Carlos Torres, first man out.
Yeah, we saw him on Thursday against the Mets. A couple of days ago, stranded 2 inherited base runners and had 2/3 scoreless. He's been very good as of late. He's given up only 3 runs in his last 12 1/3.
The former Met, Carlos Torres, facing Cespedes to start the inning. These two teams are maximizing their hits here today. 5 home runs. There's been 10 combined hits and 5 combined homers. Cabrera and Granderson have gone deep for the Mets. Brewers have gotten home runs from Carter, Braun, and Peralta, his first career home run. Cespedes homered last night. Number 16 of the year for him.
Hey, Craig Counsell, short leash on Peralta. He only threw 63 pitches through 5 innings, and he did give up 2 home runs. And because he's going to have to navigate through the middle of this Mets order, he decides to go with a different pitcher. Carlos Torres, a guy that's been really throwing the baseball well.
You wouldn't dream of doing that with your opening day starter under most circumstances, but you could certainly understand it with Willie Peralta. He has struggled so much trying to put any kind of stake in the ground you can for confidence. They'll have a chance to win this game. It's a hot afternoon, very hot on the field.
Yeah, Willie was going along pretty well in his last start against the Phillies. Then he gave up a 5 spot in the 5th. So Counsell wants to avoid that. Good slider to get Cespedes.
Good start to the inning for Carlos Torres. A strikeout for Carlos. The cut fastball.
Yeah, right on the outside corner, and Cespedes pulls off of it, misses it.
It's a great look at how he throws that pitch. That tight little break just moves away slightly from a right-handed hitter. Kelly Johnson now with 1 away. A spinning curveball in there for strike. Johnson's first at bat, he came in for Neil Walker, who left the game with lower back tightness. Johnson's second game as a Met.
Same pitch against Cespedes, and right on the top of it, pounds it into his foot. And last time that happened, remember, Cabrera pounded one off his leg, then he hit a homer.
Yes, he did. Yeah, has to hit one off his knee on the foul ball and then went opposite field for a 2-run home run. No balls, 2 strikes. And Johnson is jammed. He fouls it away. Back-to-back years, Kelly Johnson traded from the Braves to the Mets. Saw a headline, one of the New York papers said, Johnson leaves his family and the losing behind in Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. He's actually from Texas, from the Austin area, and then now lives in Atlanta. And he re-signed with the Braves this offseason. They trade him to a contending team once again with the Mets.
His family and the losing behind, huh?
Leaves the family and the losing behind.
Surprising, right? From New York.
Any chance to take a shot at Atlanta, you do that after they dominated that division for so long. 14 in a row for Atlanta. Then the Phillies had 5 straight NL East division titles. The Mets are going to be formidable for a while, you would figure, with that starting pitching.
They're going to have to get a little bit more consistent offensively. They're going to have to start scoring some runs if they want to, get into the postseason and compete at the highest level. Pitching and defense, those are 2 things that the Mets have a lot of. Good pitching, bullpen starters, their defense very good. They just need to start scoring some runs.
Well, 3 guys they were counting on: Duda, Wright, and Conforto, the young hitter, as Johnson strikes out. Torres climbs the ladder with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Back-to-back Ks here in the 6th.
Yeah, Cespedes on the cutter. Now Johnson on a high fastball chases one by a little up out of the zone and swings right through it.
Noah Syndergaard, part of that great starting rotation for the Mets. Brewers will miss him this time around. He struck out 12 in 7 innings at Citi Field in New York. That was the last game of that series.
Was he throwing his slider, what, 91? Yeah.
Fastball was at 100. Thor.
Too bad we missed him.
Breaking ball, strike to Loney. And Torres is pouring in the strikes. 15 pitches, 11 of them for strikes, and he's got Loney 0-2. Torres spent 3 years with the Mets. Made an occasional spot start for him. Last year he pitched exclusively out of the bullpen. Ground ball right back to the mound. Torres will flip it to first. 1, 2, 3, 6th inning for the former Met. Brewers lead by 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th.
Here in the 6th, and you can join the Brewers pitcher Matt Garza and his teammates for the Brewers Bowl-a-thon on Sunday, August 14th. You can enjoy a silent auction and bowling with players while raising money for Meta House, which offers substance abuse treatment services to help women reclaim their lives from the effects of drugs and alcohol. You can sign up today at brewers.com/bowling. And as we told you, Matt Garza made his final rehab start with the Timber Rattlers on Thursday. It was a good outing for him, 74 pitches. 7 strikeouts, no walks. The Craig Counsell saying what was important for Garza was that he got the feedback he needs from those outings, feels good physically, and as of yet, there's no plan as to when Garza will fit into the starting rotation next week. Counsell said, of course, there could be some tough decision-making there.
All right, Sophia, thanks. And the Brewers will go to San Francisco first, then Los Angeles. That could be a landing spot for Garza. We'll just have to wait and see. Hansel Robles back on the mound for the Mets, starts his 2nd inning.
Well, again, you know, somebody's going to get sent down, whether one of the guys in the starting rotation gets sent down or they go to the bullpen and one of the relievers goes down to the minor leagues. We'll see.
The most vulnerable spot in the rotation is Willie Peralta's, as he goes 5 innings today. 3 earned runs allowed. He's got a chance to win this one. Also hit a 2-run home run today.
Yeah, can't afford to lose his bat, can you?
Good call. Good call.
He's got 5 RBIs this year. I think it was a good move, though, for Craig Counsell. Take him out, has good feelings coming out of the ball game. He pitched well in his last couple innings.
Inside, did that hit him? That was close. Hill just able to get out of the way.
Last couple innings good, except for, of course, the home run by Granderson, but I didn't want to stretch it. And plus, the Brewers bullpen has been solid all year.
Full count to Aaron Hill, leading off the 6th inning. Outside, ball 4. Hill walks, his second walk of the game.
Hey, today's time of the game winner, Pat's Place in Grandview. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. Northeast, way northeast, Grandview.
We welcome all of those watching in Grandview at Pat's. Ramon Flores with a man on. He's 0 for 2 today, a double play and a strikeout.
Got a wedding wish to pass along. You know, the Fosseys, good friends of ours, and Caitlin and Dan getting married today.
All right.
So well wishes from all of us.
That's why the Brewers moved the game up to 3 o'clock to accommodate the wedding tonight.
Yeah. I can crash the after party.
Congratulations.
Can't make the ceremony, but I'll go where all the fun is.
You are the fun, Rock. Fun doesn't start till you show up.
That's right. That's what I've heard.
Runner goes. Throw to second in plenty of time. Terrific throw by Rivera, and Hill is cut down trying to steal.
I think somebody missed something there. And Rivera right on the money. Flores took it. It was a 1-1 pitch. You're going to see Aaron Hill steal too many bases. Of course, he did not look in, did he? Might have been a straight steal trying to trick somebody, but he was out by plenty.
2 balls and a strike with 1 out now on Flores. And down he goes. A strikeout. Robles picks up his second K.
This guy's got a good fastball. I mean, just kind of slings it in there, looks effortless, and hits it up there in the mid 90s, 95, 96. Change up to go with it. Second best bullpen as far as earned run average goes in all the National League.
Terry Collins did say before the game that his closer would not be available, Jerry's Familia, and Jim Henderson, who pitched last night, has a finger injury, tore the fingernail off. I believe it was his middle finger last night. We noticed that and assumed it was a blister, but it was actually the fingernail.
So with Robles in the game, they've only got 3 left.
And Verrett used as a spot starter.
Right.
Robles, in just his second year in the big leagues, he had a full season in the Mets bullpen last year. He pitched well. Similar type role this season. And he was on the postseason roster. The Mets decided not to keep Carlos Torres on the postseason roster last year. But Robles made it. Got in a couple of games in the World Series. Did not allow a run in 2 innings against the Royals in the World Series. Has to put you in a different place, at least mentally, to pitch in the pressure cooker of the World Series.
Right.
Maldonado draws another walk. He's been walked 3 times today by Mets pitching.
And that last one pretty close. Well, last time he walked, Peralta hit one out.
Craig Counsell is going to change his strategy and go with a position player this time instead of a pitcher. Alex Presley will pinch hit. Maldonado has drawn 3 walks, and they have all come with 2 outs in an inning. Helping to turn that lineup over. Alex, as a pinch hitter, is 4 for 13, has a home run, 3 runs batted in. He's hit 3 home runs for the year, and 1 coming off the bench.
He's not afraid to buzz you inside either, is he, Robles? 94 to 96 with a fastball. He's got the slider and a good changeup that he likes to use against lefties. I don't anticipate Maldonado trying to steal a base, but I didn't think that Aaron Hill would try and steal either. Maldi be a good delayed steal candidate.
I was just thinking that. A couple of shuffles, and Maldonado is giving body language to the pitcher as if not only am I not running, there is really no need to throw over here at all. I'm just going to stand right here next to the first baseman. See, look at me.
And he can fall down and touch first.
And Presley pops it up, foul territory. Back is Flores, and he's got it for the out. That will retire the side. It's 5-3. The Brewers have the lead over the Mets. We go to the 7th inning. Hot one here. Temperatures in the low 90s. They're toughing it out, though. The Brewers have a lead, 5-3. Our AT&T high-speed replay. We go 3 times with home runs. Chris Carter started it. Ryan Braun put the Brewers on top, 3-2 with that one. And then Willie Peralta, a 2-run home run, his first career homer. It was a no-doubter. Came with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Gave the Brewers a 5-2 lead. The Mets have gotten 2 home runs today. And so Rockets 5-3 Brewers with Corey Knebel coming out to work the 7th.
Yeah, Knebel pitched first game of the series, his first appearance in the big leagues this year. Had a 3-up, 3-down inning, then came out and struggled, gave up a couple of runs in a third of an inning after that perfect inning he threw. And you see that earned run average, but it's going to be Knebel in the 7th.
Asdrubal Cabrera will lead off for the Mets. He hit a 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. Came on an 0-2 pitch. 5 home runs today on a hot Saturday afternoon in Milwaukee. And that ball's hit well center field. Back is Nieuwenhuis, and he's got it just shy of the track. 1 pitch and 1 out for Knebel.
Yeah, good weather to get loose, especially if you're a hard thrower, but Cabrera centered on that one nicely. If he gets under that, it's another home run. Just a little elevation in there, and Knebel with that big fastball, upper 90s.
Corey will face Wilmer Flores here. There's a strike. Knebel's first inning the other day was about as good as you could do it. 5-pitch inning that included a strikeout. And it was so efficient that Counsell ran him back out there for a second inning. And Knebel would say later that he was full of adrenaline his first game of the season, coming back from the oblique injury, and then couldn't quite recapture the magic going back out for a second inning.
Emptied the tank after that first inning and then had to refill it. Couldn't do it.
Can't blame him. He's been on the long hard road of rehabilitation to get back. Got injured in spring training, and basically once he got the oblique injury healed, which takes a while anyway, about a month, then he had to go through a whole startup program to get him going again. He had to go through the whole steps of the flat ground throwing, and then onto the mound, and then eventually into a minor league rehab. Pitched 4 games in the minor leagues before being activated.
That bullpen almost back to full strength as to what Counsell thought it was going to look like coming out of spring training. And Michael Blazek on the DL.
It'll be interesting to see how Counsell gets to the finish line today. As long as those he has lined up get through innings, he won't have a problem. But if somebody struggles, then look out. Not sure Will Smith would be available today or not. Pitching in 3 consecutive.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we're going to see him.
Two-run game. Brewers are 0-5 against the Mets this year, despite 5 low-scoring close games. Three-two pitch. Chased one. Count remains full.
And 93. You know, once he starts getting into the groove and starts to get that release point and starting to settle in a little bit. You notice the group out there kind of thin.
Thinning out. That's one way to thin out a group of Mets fans.
Head into the shade. I think they're back in there somewhere. I don't blame them.
Sure, you can have all those tickets, but we got a perfect spot for you for a late afternoon game. All the Brewers fans are comfortably over here in the shade.
Got jackets on over there. Mets fans are cooking.
Just wearing it. Well, it is one of the beauties of Miller Park. There are so many things to love about this ballpark. What I like to call the most functional ballpark in the world. But there's, if you want a little sun, go ahead. There's space for you. There's also a lot of shade. And as you get into the late afternoon, as the breezes start to blow through here, very comfortable no matter what the temperature. And he missed with it. So long battle there with Flores. Ends up in a walk, and the Mets will bring the tying run to the plate in the 7th inning. Maldonado out for a visit. Well, the greatest golfers in the world converge at historic Oakmont Country Club. 116th U.S. Open Championship. And it's coming Thursday. Live coverage starts on FS1, continues through the final round Sunday on Fox, or you can watch it all live on Fox Sports Go. Paul Azinger joining Joe Buck in the tower this year. Terrific golf analyst, lead analyst. We wish him luck. One of the great golf courses in the world, Oakmont, and it is going to play extremely tough. Extremely tough. There's a strike to Rivera, the Mets catcher.
You got to be careful with this guy. He hasn't really done much offensively. He does have 2 homers. Don't make any mistakes. There's a good pitch.
He was ready to fire away, wasn't he? Big swing, loses the bat.
Oh, that's a good curveball. Man. The pitch going pretty much straight down. He'll go for some pine tar. Look at that baby. That good 6 to 12 rotation going straight down, and Rivera way out in front. Heck of a pitch. Good thing it got the netting.
That's the new netting that was installed this year. One of Rivera's favorite moments as a big leaguer came against Milwaukee. He was playing for the Padres, and he had a home run to tie the game in the bottom of the 9th, and then had a walk-off hit in the 10th. Oh, Francisco Rodriguez. Travis d'Arnaud, the Mets starter, is on his way back. And then a decision will be made, Plawecki or Rivera. Rivera is probably the choice to go elsewhere, whether it be the minor leagues or somewhere else. Never know what'll happen. 1-2 the count. Got a man at first, 1 out in the inning. And he buckled his knees, punched him out with that curveball.
And 3 straight curveballs after getting ahead with a fastball. Now on this one, kind of one of those on the inside part of the plate, not where he wanted it, but ended up pretty good and got the called strike 3.
So 2 men are out. Mets are going to send up a pinch hitter. Alejandro De Aza will bat for Hanso Robles, who pitched 2 innings, 2 scoreless, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Robles.
Yeah, Robles has been pretty good against the Brewers. I'll tell you, he's impressive. He's got good stuff. Of course, they all do out of that Mets bullpen.
There's a strike. As a pinch hitter this year, De Aza is 6 for 24. He is one of Terry Collins' favorite choices off the bench. He got a start yesterday, started in left field for Conforto. De Aza was 0 for 5 yesterday. And he left 5 runners on base yesterday. He had a lot of opportunities with men on.
As did most of the Mets.
Yeah, Kevin Plawecki, the catcher, stranded 7 yesterday. It was a 2-1 Mets win in 11 innings. A very strange game that had a couple of odd plays, an overturned challenge, controversial overturn of a call. All went against the Brewers yesterday. Tough swing. That's a strike, and a snap throw by Maldonado. Just for the fun of it.
Just because he hadn't been able to do much of it yet today. Got to get a few throws, pickoff throws in.
So the count is 1-2. Carlos Torres worked a scoreless 6. Knebel trying to do the same in the 7th. Tying run at the plate. And a swing. He goes Maldonado slaps the tag on him to secure it. A strikeout for Knebel. Back-to-back Ks to end the inning. Stretch time at Miller Park. On Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. Saturday afternoon, good day to be on the lake, great day to be at Miller Park on Star Wars Day. Barrelman, he's in the spirit, little R2-D2 Barrelman action. Antonio Bastardo will be the new Mets pitcher as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-3, Milwaukee in the lead. And courtesy of 3 home runs today, Carter, Braun, and Willie Peralta have all gone deep in this game.
Yeah, Bastardo pitched in last night's ball game, a scoreless inning, struck out a batter, 25th appearance. One of 2 left-handers down in that Mets bullpen. The former Philadelphia Philly out there on the mound. More strikeouts than innings pitched for Antonio Bastardo.
He'll face Jonathan Villar to start the inning. Crowd of over 38,000 on hand to see this one today at Miller Park. And so far so good for the home team. Brewers started this homestand with 2 wins over the Athletics. They've dropped the first 2 games to the Mets. Still 1 to play tomorrow to round out this homestand. Brewers come in 5 under, 28-33, 14 back of the division leading Cubs if you're keeping score. A pop-up, a mile-high foul territory, and Flores is there to make the play for out number 1. Villar slipping into a bit of a slump here. He's 0 for 4. He's had a tough homestand. The way he's been swinging the bat, you could understand a downturn was coming.
Ups and downs, right? Nobody can stay hot all year. It's the way it goes. It's just, you know, again, what do you do for the team when you're not swinging the bat? And he's certainly been able to carry the load off or out on defense. Nobody hits throughout the year. I mean, everybody's going to go into slumps. Minimize the slumps and do something else to help the team when you're not hitting.
Scooter Gennett turns on one. Granderson looks up. It's gone. A home run for Gennett. Boy, that ball jumped off his bat. 6-3 Milwaukee on their 4th home run of the game.
Against a lefty, too. Scooter Gennett able to turn one around against Bastardo, the left-hander. Goodness. Well, that ball left the ballpark quickly. You see the fastball was supposed to be away, ended up inside, and Scooter able to turn on it. And a second home run against a lefty, and coming in, Scooter had really struggled against lefties, and that gives the Brewers a 3-run lead.
He had never had a home run against a left-handed pitcher until this year. Homered off Madison Bumgarner on opening day, and gets his second against a lefty to give the Brewers a 3-run lead. That's the first home run for Jeanette since April 24th.
Dug that front shoulder in there, didn't give an inch. And nice quick hands opening up those hips and knocked it out of here. So what happens, you make mistakes. I mean, that pitch was supposed to be away, ended up down the middle, and Scooter turned it around and knocked it out of here. A home run binge for the Brewers today.
Jeanette's 5th of the season. Scooter is having a big homestand. Now 7 for 17, 5 RBIs. Braun in the air to right. That ball's hit pretty well. It's got some carry. Granderson at the wall. Goodbye. Ryan Braun with a home run, his second of the game. 7-3 Milwaukee.
Well, so much for 1 for 18 for Braun. 2 home runs and a line out his last 3 at bats. Another fastball, very similar to the pitch he hit out in the 3rd inning. And this time he drives it to right, a double tug at the jersey, and that one leaves the ballpark right down that right field line. 5 big flies for the Crew.
Ties a season high for him. They had 5 homers May 7th against Cincinnati. Aaron Hill had 3 of those. Braun with his 24th multi-homer game. And just like that, the Brewers put 2 on the board in the 7th. They lead 7-3. Braun now with 11 home runs, 35 driven in with his 2 solo shots today. Carter takes a strike. Second time this year Braun has had a multi-homer game.
Center and right, he doesn't pull many.
Two and two. Brewers go back-to-back for just the 2nd time this year with Jeanette and Braun homering. They did it against the Angels back on May 3rd. Lucroy and Carter went back-to-back. Well, when it gets hot in the summer in Milwaukee, Miller Park turns into a home run paradise, especially if you can go to right field. That short porch out there. And Carter takes a called strike 3 for the 2nd out of the inning. Good time to check the Powerball home run leaderboard now. Updated. Carter with 17. Ryan Braun now with 11. Lucroy not in the lineup today. Aaron Hill sitting on 6.
I think equally important as you want to win the ball game, but I think it'd be nice to be able to get through this game without Lucroy having to come in. He needs a day off.
He's been catching a lot and then catching a couple of tough games the last 2 games. As it has heated up in Milwaukee the last couple of days. Big wave and a miss by Neuenhuis. 1-1 the count. Got a few finals coming in from the big leagues. The Nationals shut out the Phillies So the Mets in danger of dropping 3.5 back of Washington. 8-0 win for Washington today. First place Nats are 14 games over 500. And another team with an excellent starting pitching rotation. Blue Jays roughed up the Orioles 11-6. Jay Happ's having a good year. He won his 7th game for Toronto. Well, the Twins keep struggling, Rock.
Yeah, they do.
Paul Molitor's team. It's hard to figure what's happened there. They lost today 15-4 to Boston at home.
18-43 are the Twins. Man,
just coming off a series win. They have had a tough time this year.
After nearly making the playoffs last year, went down to the last weekend.
The other final also in the AL, the Royals beat the White Sox today. That might end up being the best race of them all as Neuenhuis draws the walk. At American League Central, they're all bunched up together.
They have 4 games separates first to 5th, first to 4th.
Wondering if the Indians have the staying power in that American League Central this season. They're in first right now. Here's Aaron Hill with 2 away. 2 runs are in. Back-to-back home runs by Jeanette and Braun. Jake Arrieta was on the mound for the Cubs today. They are all over Atlanta after 8-2. Cubs lead it. Arrieta went 7 innings, 2 runs. His earned run average 1.86.
Yeah, Cubs trying to break a 1-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they haven't lost back-to-back very often, have they? Best record in the big leagues, the Cubs. 41 wins, 18 losses. They're going to go to 42-18 today. And a 9-game lead in this division over the Cardinals. Cubs, Cardinals, Pirates, Brewers. Then the Reds, how it lines up in the Central. Brewers' schedule is chock full of contending teams through the All-Star break. Giants, Nats, Cardinals, Dodgers.
Antonio Bastardo seems to think Neuenhuis wants to steal a base.
He is
all over him over there.
Paying a lot of attention. Guessing that's not being called from the bench. Confidence has to be shaken after giving up back-to-back homers. And it goes to 2-1.
And worrying a little bit too much about him. That base runner can't throw strikes.
It very rarely works out for a pitcher when he takes as much time as Bastardo does between offerings. Some make it work. I always feel like you put your defense in a tough spot when your tempo is so slow. You got a lot of guys standing around and
on their heels.
That's when you see errors.
Taking a lot of time and not throwing strikes. But that's the way he does it. It's been successful for him. He's had a long career.
Two and two the count still on Aaron Hill. Long at bat here. 2 outs in the 7th. Brewers with a man on. It was a 2-run game when the inning started. 5-3, and then Jeanette popped his 5th home run of the year. And then Braun followed suit back to back. Braun's 11th and the 2nd today. Full count to Aaron Hill. Second 5-homer game of the season for the Brewers. Hill was a big part of the first one in Cincinnati. That was his 3-homer 7 RBI game that included a grand slam.
Cespedes can't even stand up anymore.
That's a great shot. Runner goes. Hill pops it up. And here is Cabrera to end the inning. Well, Bastardo slows it down. The Brewers speed him up. 5 home runs today. Carter, Braun, Willie Peralta with his first home run of the season, and then Jeanette and Braun go back to back in the 7th inning, and it's 7-3 Milwaukee.
Here today, they have a 4-run lead as we head to the 8th inning and enjoy a one-of-a-kind game day experience from one of Miller Park's 5 spectacular all-inclusive areas, featuring incredible sight lines, exclusive amenities, and complimentary food and beverage. Single game AIA tickets are now available for select games at brewers.com/all-in. AIA means all-inclusive areas.
I see.
Yeah,
that's in-house ivory tower lingo you just threw out there.
Yeah, I saw you a little confused, but tried to help you out.
Thanks for clearing that up. Tyler Thornburg is on the mound. He was loosening to get ready for this 8th inning, and it's a 4-run game. And Thornburg will face Granderson to start the frame. Tyler had his long streak snapped last night of batters retired consecutively. 26 in a row he retired. He was 1 batter retired away from a perfect game, essentially.
Yeah, Cespedes doubled in yesterday's game. He did throw a scoreless inning.
Thornburg did set a franchise record for relievers for consecutive batters retired, and he just dropped a beautiful changeup on Curtis Granderson.
Actually, it was a third of an inning for Tyler, not an inning. That curveball, the changeup, the fastball, they've all been working for him this year.
1-2 pitch, and Granderson rolls over one. There's 3 infielders over there. Jeanette will take it, fire it to first in time for the out.
Gotta hurry. Granderson got down there pretty quickly.
Granderson a double away from the cycle. Might have been his last opportunity. At least the Brewers hope so. 3 for 4 day today for Granderson. Here is Conforto. There's that change again. Aren't many late relievers, late game leverage relievers that throw a changeup like this. Thornburg always had it, but under the tutelage of Francisco Rodriguez the last couple of years, found the right spots out of the bullpen to throw it, and he gets Conforto. 2 up, 2 down, 2 ground ball outs to the right side. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow we're back on the air for the finale of this series. Steven Matz against Zach Davies. Davies has been great, coming off a terrific start against Oakland. Miller Lite, what's on tap? Tomorrow, 12:30 airtime, and first pitch just after 1 o'clock.
And Davies' last 2 starts have been very good.
Cespedes at the plate with 2 away. Cespedes today is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Mets signed him to a 3-year deal, but he has an opt-out after this year if he wants. It's a big contract for him. So he's good either way. If he struggles, he'll probably keep it. Down he goes. He strikes out for the 3rd time. And an impressive 8th inning for Thornburg. 3 up, 3 down.
for baseball. Brewers leading the Mets 7-3. Haven't had the lead too often here in this season series. Looking for their first win in 6 tries against the Mets. Home run ball clearly our storyline beyond Willie Peralta today. 5 home runs by the Brewers.
That's right, and it was great to see Ryan Braun get back in the mix. He's gotten 2, Scooter Gennett with 1, and of course Chris Carter. Boy, the Brewers love to have more of this offense.
We'll talk about that coming up on Brewers Live postgame and hear from the crew in just a bit. Brian.
All right, Craig and Davey, thanks. And here we go to the 8th inning now. Brewers at the bat. Ramon Flores leads off.
Yeah, first 5 games for the Brewers against the Mets, 10 runs. And they got 7 today.
And maximizing their 7 hits for those 7 runs on the 5 home runs today for the Brewers. Now 3 defensive outs away from their first win against the Mets this season. And that one's driven into right center. A base hit for Flores. So Ramon comes up with a base hit in his 4th at bat. He's 1 for 4. Leadoff single in the 8th.
Well, fastball for Ramon, and again missing his spots is Bastardo, and Flores is able to get enough of it, hits it out there into the gap, and a leadoff single.
Hit number 8 for the Brew Crew. That'll bring up Maldonado, who has walked 3 times here today. All 3 of his walks have come with 2 outs in an inning. The most significant of which came in the 4th, because that preceded the Willie Peralta home run, 2-run shot. That was a game changer for the Brewers today. Peralta's first career homer, and it was a no-doubter into the Loge level bleachers in left center. On the ground, could be 2. Cabrera shovels it over to Johnson, and a 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs with 1 swing of the bat. Let's check out today's Lowe's home field advantage. And the Brewers with their home run splits, a lot more here at Miller Park. That figures to be the case. And they've added 5 to that number today. Now 43 Miller Park home runs. And maybe the most noteworthy of them all, a major league first for Willie Peralta. Yeah, he knew it was gone.
Yeah, gave the Brewers a 3-run lead. Yeah, right now, Willie, the pitcher, a record. He could pick up a win.
Hernan Perez pinch hitting, swings away at the first pitch, and that will retire the side. So here we go to the 9th. 3 outs away from a win, the first of the year against the Mets. We go to the 9th. Summer fun at the old ballpark today for Brewers fans as we go to the 9th inning on a 90-degree afternoon. Brewers baseball today on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. 7-3, a 4-run lead for the Crew. We go to the 9th, and Jacob Barnes is going to get the task to try to get this one to the finish line.
Yeah, 4th appearance. We saw Barnes against the Mets on Thursday night. Gave up a run on a couple of hits in an inning of work. He also struck out a couple of batters. Yeah, good fastball. He's got that electric cut fastball that he calls it. Acts more like a slider, but we'll call it a cutter.
Now the Brewers feel like Jacob Barnes is a potential closer in the big leagues. He'll get a chance to finish this game today. He's got Kelly Johnson to start it. Johnson, Loney, and Cabrera coming up for New York. Second at bat for Johnson, who entered the game for Neil Walker, who left with back tightness. And Barnes gets ahead of him. Just his 4th game in the big leagues, Jacob Barnes, and his first 2 were lights out. He gave up a run his last time out, but still pitched well.
A couple of punch outs. He's got that good slider that he's able to go to. Very effective against right-handers.
From St. Petersburg, Florida, the 26-year-old Barnes. Johnson fouls it back.
This would be a good test for him, though. I mean, although the Brewers do have a 4-run lead, a non-save situation, it's always a little different mental approach when you're trying to protect a lead and you're trying to close out a game. It'd be a first opportunity for him to do that.
Did have 1 save in AAA this year. He had 8 games finished at AAA. And he breaks Johnson's bat. It's going to be a tough play. VR ranging over, long throw, and Johnson will reach on an infield hit. That's where the shift hurt him that time.
Man, not much you can do about that. And you know, Barnes made a good pitch, got in on his hands, and even Kelly Johnson doesn't run all that well, able to beat that one out. Yeah, no chance to get the out at first base. And right away, that's going to get Jeremy Jeffress up in the bullpen.
Lead runner on. Jeffress, the closer. In case it gets into a save situation, tying run has to be on deck for it to be a save situation here in the 9th. Here's James Loney. Popped him up. Braun coming in. And he'll make the call. He's got it for the out. 1 away here in the 9th. Braun with 2 home runs today. Breaking out of a slump. He was 1 for 18 on the homestand. Actually could go 1 for 19 after he struck out in the first until his home run in the 3rd broke the tie. Brewers have been in the lead ever since. Cabrera hit a 2-run homer that put the Mets on the board first in the 2nd inning. Barnes, a big, strong, hard-throwing right-hander. He goes 6'2", 220. Looks like a football player. Looks like he could be an NFL running back. Thought about football in high school. A lot of folks were encouraging him to play football, and he did at a younger age, and then decided to focus on baseball. Ended up playing his college ball at Florida Gulf Coast University. There's that nasty breaking ball, and he'll throw it at 2 different speeds too. That was more of the slurvy version at 84 miles an hour.
Acting more like a curveball, maybe a slurve, as you mentioned, but he'll also throw that cutter at about 90.
No balls, 2 strikes on Cabrera. And a bouncer that's through, base hit. Gets past Carter. And Johnson on his way to 3rd. Good piece of hitting there by Cabrera, and now 2 men are on with 1 out.
Went down and got that breaking pitch, and just out of the reach of Carter. Just not able to get there. Now it's a save situation, and here comes Craig Counsell.
So Jeremy Jeffress will be summons from the bullpen. Counsell trying to get to the end without having to use his closer. Good experience for Barnes, but he's out. 2 hits. Now Jeffress coming on. He'll try to nail it down. He's been terrific this year. He's got a 4-run lead to work with, but the Mets with 2 on. Game in the big leagues, and gives up 2 hits and is out after recording 1 out. Turns into a save situation, and Counsell wastes no time, and he brings on his closer Jeremy Jeffress, who is 16 out of 17 this season.
Yeah, pitched last night in the 9th inning in a tie game, and gave up a couple of hits, a walk, and a strikeout. And it was a scoreless 9th, but unscored upon in 23 of 29. You can see, you know, Jeremy Jeffress is only allowed 2 home runs this year. He's got the bottom part of the order coming up for the Mets.
A save today would move Jeffress into the top 5 in the National League in saves. The Mets Juris Familia leads the league and baseball with 21. First and third, Flores at the plate. Jeffress can be a ground ball pitcher when he's right. He'd love one here. Fouled it right off Maldonado. And Jeremy gets ahead of him.
97 with sink. Look at him moving on this pitch. Going down, and ended up right down the middle of the plate, but started on the outside corner, got Maldonado.
Jeffress pulled a Houdini act yesterday. Came on in the 9th inning in a tie game. Mets loaded the bases with nobody out, and he got out of the inning with no runs. Gave up 2 hits and a walk, but survived it. Brewers would lose the game in 11, 2-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Flores. Infield hit by Kelly Johnson to start the inning. Bit of a tough break where the Brewers had the defense aligned. And then Cabrera, just a tip of the cap. Good piece of hitting. Went down and got a breaking ball and punched it into right field. 1-2 pitch in the air, left center field. Neuenhuis ranges over. He's got it. This will score a run, but it is the second out. It's 7-4 Milwaukee now, and the Brewers are an out away from a win today.
Yeah, take that any day. Yeah, the one thing you don't want to do is have that tying run come to the plate.
That run will belong to Barnes. And here's Rene Rivera now. Fastball strike in there, 97. Well placed. Great crowd today, 38,000 to see this one on Star Wars Day. Tomorrow, the finale of the series, 12:30 airtime for Brewers Live. Runner takes off, strike two. Curveball from Jeffress. One strike away. On the ground to third. That's Hill. Across the diamond it goes in time. The ball game is over. The Brewers win. For the first time this year, the Brewers beat the Mets. Ryan Braun with 2 of the 5 Milwaukee homers today. Jeremy Jeffress with his 17th save makes a winner out of Willie Peralta, who improves to 4-7. And the Brewers get home runs from Carter. Willie Peralta hit his first career home run. Scooter Gennett, Ryan Braun had 2. Good day at the office for the Brew Crew today. 7-4 the final. It's time for Brewers Live. Let's check in with Craig Cashon, who's standing by. Take it away, Craig.
Very good Saturday afternoon of baseball for Milwaukee. Big win here, as Brian mentioned. A lot of home runs, including Willie Peralta, and a win on the mound as well. We hope to catch up with him. Craig Counsell, plenty of interviews on the way. Plus, we'll get you set for the Game 4 preview series finale coming up next.